What's up, what's up? Will Oliveira here, talking directly from Riga in Latvia. It's the capital of Latvia. And I'm here watching the sunset, enjoying. And today I'm gonna talk about why Russian women are the best to marry. Okay. I was in St. Petersburg, and it was my first time in Russia. I spent 1 week in Moscow and 2 weeks in St. Petersburg. And I don't know if you've been there, but the place is amazing, right? I never see so many beautiful girls in my life. They are beautiful, they dress very well, they take care of themselves, and they are very, very feminine. And if you talk about any topic in the Western world, most of them don't know about that. They don't, like, if you talk about feminism, if you talk about woke movement, LGBT movement, most of them don't know what is that. Like, what is that? Like, I don't know. And this is really good and sometimes crazy, right? Because we are infected with all this bullshit, and we went to a place where they don't know about that. So, like, let's say that they are clean, and only because of that we can, based on where we're talking, and based on my experience, because I was that, right? And I can feel that, like, they are truly wife material, right? And because of that, I think that if you go there and you start to talk with those girls, you notice that they are not like so easy. Like, they're not the girls for one night stand, right? If you want a girl for one night stand, to go to Poland, you go to the Western Europe, right? But the Eastern Europe usually is more difficult, especially in Russia, right? I didn't approach much girls here in Latvia. Probably I'm gonna do that to see. But based on my friends that they've been there, they tell me bad things. They didn't tell me that it's a good experience here. So, but I'm probably gonna do a video talking about that. But in Russia, like, the girls, they are more wife material, right? Probably I'm gonna move there next year to see if I can find my wife there. And when we talk about wife material, what's the first thing that appears in your head, right? For me, it's like mostly is girls that is a feminine energy, have like they exhale a feminine energy. This is something that most girls in the Western world, they are missing that. Because if you think about that, if we want a man, if you want to marry a man, we can marry our best friend, right? And if a woman that have a strong masculine energy, what's the point for us to marry this woman, right? And when we talk about feminine masculine energy, is a woman that, they want to have a career, they want to build like a business, they want to do the things that most men do, right? Incomplete, because the woman never gonna do the same thing that men do, right? They have their side, we have our side. There are a lot of things that we do the woman can do, and there are a lot of things that women do and we can't do. And it's kind of their girls, they are missing that. The woman this day, they are missing that. They think they want to be a man, and they focus on their career, they focus on making money, they focus, I don't know, to travel, do a lot of things. And why, like, fucking a lot of guys around there, or maybe they're not doing that, nothing, they just focus on career. And once they reach 30 years old, okay, now I want to find a man to marry or something. But now it's too late, right? Because especially the men, like, they're not gonna marry a woman that is too old, because probably she already traumatized and she standards are too high, right? And have a less probability for her to have a kids, right? So is the woman is the opposite for a man. The woman, like, their peak is until 30 years old. After 30 years old, they start to go down. For a man, is the opposite. I'm 31 now. I feel that my peak start to go up now, because before I was traumatized a lot, and after 30 I start to rising. So it's the opposite for a man. That's the reason you guys should focus more on a young woman, below 25 if it's possible, right? And this is something that's why I love the Russian woman, because they know that. Like, it's like they learned that from their parents, for their mom, right? This is another thing. They're good, like they are very traditional. You know, they born and raised with a father and mother, and they know that after 25, 30 years old, it's over. They are expired, right? So they wanted most of the girls, the Russian girls, they want to marry, right? If they don't want to marry, it's dangerous, right? I've woman that I met, the Russian woman that I met, they say that they don't want to get married, don't want to marry, or they say that they want to marry but they are 30 years old. They have a lot of trauma, okay? And because of that, like, they know that if they reach 25, 30 years old, they are not married or something. In my experience, based on the girls that I met, the Russians that I met so far, they are really good for one night stand, to have a moment, because they know that I got expired. The man don't, the probability for them to marry and have a family are pretty low, so they're gonna give everything, right? My experience with the Russian girls, like after 30, was the best sexual experience in my life. And if they are 25, they are more conservative, right? They know that they still have a time, right, to find a real man to marry. And that's why I love, and they dress very well. They're more feminine, so I encourage you to be more masculine man, which is, I love it, right? And yeah, I think that's it. Hope you like this video. Please, if you're not subscribing this channel, please subscribe this channel. I'm not goal to reach 1,000 people, 1,000 subscribers on my channel. Okay, so subscribe on my channel and see you next video. Peace.